it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am back on the Crafty Maven today, and I am doing a kitted up. So before the process video, I thought I would kind of show you my thought process on how I make a kit. So this particular one will be just a page kit, and maybe in the future I'll show you how I kind of make my how to kill a kit with style or something, which is what I use for the whole month. But what inspired me for this was our mood board, and it had that beautiful wreath and kind of these colors, and I remembered I had this one paper from Vicki Boutin's Field Notes, Choose to Shine. It's the only page I have from that particular collection, and I've been hoarding it. I do love this side too, but I definitely want to use this, so I was inspired to use this. So this was my base. So with the mood board and this piece of paper, that's where it's going off of. So the next thing I decided to do was to find a picture that I wanted to use. So this is going to be the picture I'm going to use, and it's a picture of my daughter in her Halloween costume, and she's a butterfly. And the reason I picked this is because she's all in black, and then it pulls that orangey color. So I do know that there's some blue in the background, and I think I'm going to try and find a way to hide that, as well as like her backpack over here, that type of thing. So this is where I'm starting off. So at this point I'm looking at it and I'm going, you know, I think I'm going to go monochromatic. So I'm going to stick with the black and white creams and the orangey color. So the first thing I pulled out were this Miss Sparkle & Co. paper sacks with the polka dots, to kind of go with the polka dots in her wing there. And then I decided that I wanted to pull in some papers, and so for quick and easy, I go for my 6x6 pad. I pulled this one. It's Jen Hatfield's Simple Life, and it has a lot of black and whites, creams, like even that's pink, but I still think that as long as it's not really on it, I like that with the polka dots. I do like this one, and even kind of this gray. So my plan is to just pull a few of these papers out to map my photo with. And then I just started thinking about my title, just because that was what's on the top shelf. So I decided to pull any black and white thickers. So haven't really looked at what there is to offer for a title, but I will probably use something here or a combination of something. So I have those, and then I don't plan on embellishing it a ton, just because this floral is so beautiful. I think that the picture will kind of sit here, and we'll put the title in the middle, and then there may be a cluster just kind of around the photo, but I think that I actually want to leave that as it is. So embellishment wise, I didn't pull a lot. I pulled a couple of brads and buttons, and I'm not sure that I want to pull in this wood, so I'm not sure about that. And I don't necessarily want the brad part. I will probably just peel like this guy off and this cute. Not really anything else will work, just those two. Then I grabbed these bows. I have black and white and black and gray. And then these snap clips from Carpe Diem that had some black and white polka dots and that type of thing. So it's going to be a fairly simple layout, but this is what I start with. I also have, here I'll show you, I have this bag. So as my embellishments get down and like an ephemera pack has like 1 or 2 pieces left, I will actually take it out, and I have them separated. I have like a red, and then I have a orange and yellow. I have a blue and green. This is kind of my neutral bag. So there's all kinds of fun stuff in here. I need to remember to use it more. And I'm cleaning my craft room at the moment, so I'm kind of going through everything. So I definitely want to use some more things. So I thought, okay, I'm going to pull this out. If it's sitting on my desk, I'll likely use it. And then I got these Funky New Year Spiegel Mom scrap sequins, and they're just perfect. Like, I don't think I'll use the silver stars, but I love the black and white polka dot. I love the square with the chevron, and then there's just beautiful black and white in several different sizes. So I'm definitely gonna probably sprinkle those around as well. So that is how I make a page kit when I get started. So I will put you on fast forward and let's make this page. Okay, so the first thing I am going to start with is cutting down my picture just a little bit, and then taking this branding strip off, which does have a beautiful floral that I will save. Now I am going to go through the paper pad and pretty much kind of pull the ones that I had already told you that I was thinking of. And then I am going to place them in order of how I think that I want the layers. So instead of doing any like measurements, I decide to just take the 6x6 paper and cut them into pieces. Like no real method to my madness. So here is where I'm going to kind of start my layering process. And I am not layering completely all the way around the photo like a photo mat. I'm just doing pieces. So this is great for using up scraps. Also a great way to use your 6x6 pad. If your photo is on the smaller side, you could totally use some Project Life cards, and that would look great for matting. So once I kind of get what I am thinking, I will just add a little bit of glue and place them back where I had kind of placed them to begin with. And then I am thinking at this point that I want to then completely matte the photo and realize it's too big. So it's just going to be another bonus piece. So now I have that all matted, and it's a little bit bigger than I had originally planned, but I still like it. And I have this little bag, and even though I'm just using a tiny piece of it, that is where my journaling is going to go. So now it's time for embellishments. So I am taking basically all of the black and white elements out, and I am from the brads, I pull the one that says cute and the ampersand, and I am going to end up pulling the little epoxy piece off and not using it as a brad. So if you don't want to puncture your paper, or you have like a zillion matted pieces like I do, and to put a hole through all of them is a little crazy, just take the epoxy piece off, and it's pretty sticky, so it stays sticky. So here I'm going through that package of neutrals, and as you can see, there is a ton of stuff in there. So I just pulled a few little pieces. Some, I pulled that So Awesome, the Dream Big, and I pulled some florals. So I think that's all I ended up pulling, but the fact is I still pulled it. So now I'm looking and trying to figure out, okay, what do I want to do with my title? I do like the darling. Oh, I did find that yay and that tag from that bag as well. I forgot they were there. So I'm thinking, okay, darling love, XO, okay. But I felt like the white I felt like it was going to get lost. So I wasn't sure that I wanted to actually go that route. So I'm going to pull the darling off because I think it's too big. And then I decide to pull this alpha. It doesn't have any packaging, so I don't know where it comes from. I'm going to spell out butterfly. And, you know, I'm always so paranoid about butterfly or about words. And so Amber, I was like, how do you spell butterfly? Because I'm like, is it butter and fly? Because that just doesn't seem like it should be. She's like, yes, it is. So originally I was going to stick that XO down the white one. And like I said before, it was getting lost. So I did have a black one that I'm going to add there at the bottom. And then instead of doing the title in the center like I thought, I decided it would look pretty going on the curve. So I'll fuss with that a little bit because I'm not so good with that. And then I'm going to add these dimensional flowers. And then I am going to top it off with these funky New Year's sequins. And I just put those in a couple of places. One pretty much by the flowers, actually, I guess, now that I'm thinking of it. So I put a few, I think I do 3 in each. Yep. So I'm just going to take my fine line bottle that has some Scotch tacky glue and stick these down. So head on over to the Facebook group and check out all of the inspiration for the Crafty Maven, and I will see you next time.